You pray for your kids every day. You're a good Christian parent. You ask Yahweh to protect them, guide them, keep them safe. But what if I told you that's not enough? What if the reason your teenagers are drifting, your kids are anxious, your family feels spiritually flat, isn't because you're not praying enough, but because you're praying the wrong way? Every Friday night for 3,000 years, Jewish fathers have done something Christian parents abandoned centuries ago. They don't pray for their children. They place hands on their heads and release blessing over them with authority. It's called Birkat Habanim, the blessing of the sons. And rabbis say it opens a direct channel between heaven and your child's identity. Yeshua received this blessing as a child in Nazareth. So did every apostle. So did every believer in the early church. But somewhere between the book of Acts and your Sunday school class, we lost it. And here's what terrifies me. The enemy knows exactly what we gave up. Because this isn't just a prayer, it's a weapon. And your children are standing on a battlefield, unblessed, uncovered, unnamed. If you're hungry for biblical truths that transform, hit subscribe and the bell now to join our journey. Let me ask you something that might sting a little. When's the last time you stood in your home as a priest? Not as a buddy, not as a worried parent, but as a covenant mediator between Yahweh and your kids and declared their spiritual identity out loud. You haven't. Most of us haven't. We've bought the lie that priestly authority died with the Old Testament, that blessing is something pastors do at the end of service, that our words as parents are just nice sentiments, encouragement, nothing more. But Genesis 48 destroys that thinking. Jacob is dying. His son Joseph brings Ephraim and Manasseh, two boys born in Egypt, confused about their identity, caught between two worlds. And Jacob doesn't give them a pep talk. Watch verse 20. So he blessed them that day, saying, By you Israel will pronounce blessings, saying, May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. This wasn't casual. In Hebrew culture, a father's blessing carried legal weight. It transferred inheritance, sealed identity, activated covenant promise. When Jacob placed his hands on those boys and spoke, he wasn't wishing them well. He was prophetically assigning their destiny under Yahweh's authority. And here's what breaks my heart. Christian parents today pray requests over their kids. Please help Johnny with his math test. Please keep Sarah safe at that party. All good prayers. But we've stopped speaking declaration. We've stopped saying, you are a son of the Most High. You carry his name. Your identity is sealed. Your calling is certain. We ask Yahweh to do things. We never release what he's already given us authority to release.
Origin, packed with whole prey nutrition.
And that gap? That's where the enemy walks right in. Stay with me, because this goes deeper than most preachers will tell you. Numbers 6, 22-27. Yahweh gives Aaron and his sons, the priests, a specific blessing to speak over Israel. You know the words, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace." That word peace, it's shalom in Hebrew. Not just calm, wholeness, divine order, everything in its right place under Yahweh's rule. Now catch verse 27. "So they shall invoke my name on the sons of Israel, and I will bless them." The priests didn't manufacture blessing. They invoked Yahweh's name, and he released what was already his to give. Same principle with parents under the new covenant. You're not begging, you're not hoping. You're standing in 1 Peter 2:9 priesthood and activating what's already yours to steward. Now jump to Mark 10:13 through 16. People bring their children to Yeshua. The disciples, good religious guys, try to block them. Don't bother the rabbi with kids. But Yeshua rebukes them, gathers the children close, places his hands on them, and blesses them. The Greek word is eulogio, to speak well of, to invoke divine favor with authority. He didn't pray for them, he blessed over them. Why? Because Yeshua, our Savior, Jesus, understood what most modern Christians miss. Children aren't just vulnerable people who need protection. They're covenant inheritors who need activation. And the way you activate a child's destiny is through the spoken blessing of someone standing in spiritual authority over them. Here's one more that'll wreck you. Deuteronomy 11:18 through 19. "You shall therefore impress these words of mine on your heart and on your soul. Teach them to your sons, talking of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up." This wasn't Sunday school curriculum. It was lifestyle impartation. Hebrew fathers understood their role. Saturate your child's life with Yahweh's words, at home, on the road, morning, night. And the weekly blessing was the anchor point, the moment when everything else got sealed into their identity. We've turned parenting into behavior management. Yahweh designed it as identity formation. Here's the mystery that'll change everything. Your words as a believing parent don't just describe your child, they define your child. Under the new covenant, you're not just mom or dad. 1 Peter 2:9 calls you a royal priesthood, a holy nation. That's not metaphor, that's function. You stand between heaven and your household. And when you speak blessing over your children in faith, you're not expressing a wish, you're releasing covenant authority. The traditional Birkat Habanim works like this. For sons, the father says, "May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh." For daughters, "May God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah." Then he prays the Aaronic blessing from Numbers 6 over them. But here's why this matters more than tradition. Think about who Ephraim and Manasseh were. Born in Egypt, mixed heritage. Their mom was Egyptian. They could have been torn, confused, lost between two identities. But Jacob blessed them into covenant. He said, "You're not Egyptian, you're Israel. You're chosen, you're mine." And that blessing became so foundational that every Jewish boy for 3,000 years has been named in their legacy. Your kids are growing up in modern Egypt. They're born into a culture screaming 1,000 false identities at them every single day. Define yourself by your feelings, your trauma, your sexuality, your political tribe, your Instagram following.
Your workflow is important. With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform,
The world is desperate to name your children before you do. But you have authority to speak a different word. You can look your son in the eyes and say, "You are a son of Yahweh. Your identity is sealed in Yeshua. You're not what the culture says. You're what the King says." You can tell your daughter, "You are chosen, holy, beloved." Your worth isn't in likes or boys or grades. It's in whose you are. That's not positive thinking. That's prophetic warfare. Because when you consistently speak covenant identity over your kids, you're cutting off the enemy's primary weapon, identity confusion. All right, let's get practical. 3 steps to reclaim this lost practice starting this week. Step 1. Create the sacred moment. Pick one night a week. Friday night mirrors the Jewish Sabbath, but any consistent night works. Gather your kids. No phones, no TV, no distractions. Even if they're teenagers who think it's weird, do it anyway. Place your hands on their heads. That physical touch carries weight. It says, "I see you. I'm present. I'm covering you." Step 2. Speak identity, not performance. This is critical. Don't use blessing time to correct behavior or drop hints about grades. This isn't manipulation. You're declaring who they are in Yahweh, not who you wish they'd become. Say something like, "I bless you with wisdom to know Yeshua. I bless you with courage to walk in your calling. I bless you with joy and strength and unshakable identity in Him." Then pray the number 6 blessing. "The Lord bless you and keep you." Step 3. Persist through the awkward. The first few times will feel strange. Your kids might squirm. You'll stumble over words. That's fine. The power isn't in your eloquence. It's in Yahweh's faithfulness to His covenant. Just keep going, because repetition builds legacy. Let me tell you about Rachel. Single mom, 3 kids, barely surviving after a brutal divorce that left her kids angry, distant, and drowning. Her 15-year-old son was smoking weed, failing school, wouldn't even look at her. Her daughters shut down emotionally. The house felt like a war zone. Rachel heard about this practice at a women's conference. Honestly, she thought it sounded pointless. Her family was too far gone. But she was desperate enough to try anything. Every Sunday night, she started blessing her kids. Hands on their heads, speaking identity even when they rolled their eyes. Her son called it weird Jesus stuff and tried to duck out. She did it anyway. For 3 months, nothing changed. She almost quit. But then one night, her son came to her crying. He said, "Mom, when you put your hands on me and pray, I feel like maybe I'm not broken, like maybe I actually matter to God." He's 2 years sober now, baptized last spring, leading a recovery group for teenagers. Her eldest daughter is on staff at her college ministry. Her youngest just came back from a mission trip to Guatemala saying, "Mom, I finally know what I'm supposed to do with my life." Rachel told me through tears, "I didn't fix them. I couldn't. But I gave Yahweh words to work with. I stopped begging Him to change them and started declaring who they already were in Him. And He met my obedience with His power." That's what happens when parents reclaim their priestly authority. Listen to me. Right now, don't wait. I want you to do something. Type your children's names in the comments below, all of them. And as you type each name, speak the number 6 blessing over them out loud. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and give you peace. Do it right now.
If you've got honey at home, you might be one step away from wiping out your memory problems. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this recipe
Section become an altar of parental blessing. Let's watch Yahweh move as hundreds of parents declare covenant identity over their kids in real time. And if this revelation is hitting you, if you're realizing you've been praying for your kids, but never blessing over them, also type blessing after their names. Let's build a movement of parents who refuse to let another generation grow up spiritually unnamed. Hit the like button to spread this to other parents who desperately need to hear it. And subscribe with that bell icon on so you never miss the biblical mysteries we're uncovering together. Here's what I want you to do next. I created a free resource called 7 Hidden Names of God that will unlock intimacy with Yahweh you didn't know was possible. It's in the description below and in our latest community post. Don't skip this. It pairs perfectly with what we just talked about. Grab it now. Here's the truth you need to hear today. Your words as a parent carry more authority than anyone ever told you. You're not just raising kids, you're shaping the warriors, prophets, and worshipers who will carry Yahweh's presence into the next generation. And when you align your words with His heart, you become a conduit for breakthrough in their lives. So tonight, this week, start. Place your hands on their heads. Speak life. Speak identity. Speak destiny. Stop asking Yahweh to do what He's already given you authority to release. Remember, your children are standing on a battlefield. Culture is naming them. The enemy is defining them. But tonight, you arm them with your hands, with your words, with the blessing they were always meant to receive. Subscribe and hit the bell to join us on this journey of uncovering Yahweh's mysteries. I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.